In this video, I'm going to talk about a manga that stars a newly discovered planet that eats other planets. It's Junji Ito's Remina. Okay, so like I said in the intro, I'm going to review Junji Ito's Remina. This is a cosmic horror manga. And just to give you a little background, in case you don't know, Junji Ito is a very talented and even revered manga author and artist. And he specializes in horror, and he's got a very haunting and unique style that blends in Japanese folk horror into contemporary settings and contemporary stories. So this story starts with the discovery of a new planet that kind of emerges from a wormhole, and the scientist that discovers it names it after his daughter. Okay, and then she goes on to become kind of a pop idol. But it's soon discovered that this newly discovered planet is moving very fast and very quickly. And it's moving through the galaxy, and it enters our solar system, at which point scientists discover that this planet is eating or destroying the other stars and planets in its path. And its path is leading it straight to Earth, of course. So this, as you can imagine, leads to panic and chaos and anarchy across the globe. The governments of the world try to control these mobs, but of course they can't. And one of the reasons they can't is because the scientists do not understand the planet, they don't know what's happening with it, and they also can't figure out how to stop it. So, meanwhile, a group of astronauts are sent up to sort of get closer to the planet, figure out what's going on there, and they end up crash landing on the planet. And at this point, Remina is getting close to Earth, and it's kind of become mob rule, and there's a mob that's searching for the girl Remina, and they want to sacrifice her in hopes that that would appease this planet, because they think that she lured it to the Earth, or that it's looking for her, some sort of very primitive thing. So also there's a wealthy family that flies in a private rocket to the moon. They're related to one of the astronauts there. And through them, we discover that the planet's surface is completely hostile to humans, and any exposed human flesh will immediately rot and become absorbed into the planet Remina. So I'm going to stop there. I don't want to give away the ending, and believe it or not, I haven't actually given away any major plot points. This is all pretty standard stuff in this story. But I think this also is the right point to stop and kind of discuss what's happening here. So what the story is really doing is it's an interesting juxtaposition of modern society and how it and we as humans and we as a civilization deal with fear and deal with threats. So the society that's depicted in the manga is very modern. There's lots of technology. Of course, there's technology. Astronomers discovered this planet. There's these sort of elaborate communication systems across the planet. And of course, lots of flying drones and flying ships, and people have private rockets and things like that. However, all of this stuff is basically useless when faced with a very strange and very unknown force of nature, and that would be the planet Remina. So it's a very interesting juxtaposition, very interesting sort of commentary. There's also commentary too, then, like I said, what happens to societies when they are threatened. And in the manga, Junji Ito depicts society that very quickly devolves into basically mob rule. And there's lots of biblical imagery. There's crucifixions that happen. There's these sort of witch hunt tactics that they use with people and things like that. And these mobs are The mob is led by this strange hooded figure who doesn't even look human anymore. So there's some very interesting imagery that goes on here. Another thing I'd like to say too is that I think it's kind of almost a trademark of Junji Ito. I haven't read everything by him, so I could get roasted for this for saying, but what I have read, I've read Tomei and a bunch of his like shorter horror stuff, is that he's very good at creating situations that kind of resolve themselves, but in the process of resolving, create more questions. And I really like that. That happens in this manga as well, and I won't give away any details to it, but the way that he does it in this manga is actually pretty cool. Almost leaves the door open to another volume, but there's no other volume. This is just a standalone book. So yeah, that's Junji Ito's Remina. It's a very quick read. I think it's 200 pages or 210 pages, something like that. It's a very fast read. Not a lot of dialogue, not a lot of exposition or narration. It's a lot of just visual storytelling. There's a lot of splash pages and 2 and 3 panel pages and things like that. So you can get through it very quick. I think I read it in maybe an hour, something like that. So yeah, and it's very, very, very fast paced. You know, there's like not a lot of backstory or anything like that. It's pretty much just go from the beginning, which I really like. I think that's something that works quite well. And like I said, this ties in with Ito's type of storytelling where he often doesn't linger on exposition and explaining what's happening. He's often more interested in just moving the narrative along. So yeah, very good read. I would definitely, let's see, what would I give this? I've been grading books lately. I would give this a B+. It's very good, not excellent, but very, very good. I mean, it's Junji Ito. It is always going to be high quality stuff. Definitely not his best. Perhaps his weirdest, though. I'm not sure. But the weirdest thing that I've read from him so far. So if you're into manga, if you're looking for an interesting entry point into manga, or if you're interested in getting started reading Junji Ito, I would recommend this because it doesn't contain so much of the almost extreme body horror that he is better known for. This is definitely a supernatural cosmic horror type of book. So once again, Junji Ito's Remina, I give it a B+. Highly recommended. My name is Carl. This has been Please Read Your Book, and I hope to see you again soon.